Chapter 1. You couldn't pick a better night for a pool party. Fire-red sunset, a breeze so hot it practically sparked as it floated across the lawn, chips and hot dogs and watermelon lined up and ready to eat. The whole thing was my best friend's idea. Leah was exactly the kind of girl who belonged at a pool party. Blonde, tan, and bubbly. When we'd become friends, way back in second grade, she'd had buck teeth and I'd had a face full of freckles and long brown hair. Now, 7 years later, Leah's chompers had morphed into a 1,000-watt smile. I'd stayed freckled and dork-haired. Leah loved me because I was game to go anywhere and do anything. I loved Leah because she always had something fun to do. Like this party. It was one last fling before high school started. But really, Leah planned the whole thing so Kevin Myers would see her in a teeny bikini. Personally, Kevin struck me as kind of a big-mouthed jerk, but being part of Leah's plots was like having a front-row seat to my own private soap opera. As the party started, Leah made the rounds, greeting everybody with a big laugh and a hug. I hung back at the food table, checking to make sure everything was ready. Right away, I saw there was nothing to cut the cake. I dashed into the house, relieved to have something to do, and feeling kind of smug to know where the cake knife was. When I'd been in 4th grade, my parents didn't get along so great. That year, I biked the 5 miles from my house to Leah's practically every day. The stuff with my folks eventually evened out, but ever since, I'd more or less been adopted by Leah's family. I grabbed the knife and went out to set it on the table. "Go put on your suit," Leah elbowed me, frowning at my lavender skirt and white t-shirt. The basketball guys had just dropped in, about 8 of them, all wearing cutoffs. Leah's other friends, Brooke and Grace, were decked out in jeans and tank tops. Leah was the only one in a swimsuit. A brand new cherry red bikini, and it showed off her tan perfectly. I went over to the lawn chairs, grabbed my bag, and made an act of riffling through it. I knew what I'd find. "I can't believe I forgot to bring it," I had to tell her a minute later. By then, Leah was asking Hank from basketball which of the 4 city high schools he'd go to next year. The question sent a zing of excited nervousness through me. High school? Leah rolled an unbelieving eye at me. I tried not to act guilty. I hadn't forgotten my swimsuit. It was right where I'd left it. At home. The thing was, lately I'd been, developing like a Polaroid picture. When I'd tried my suit on that afternoon, it didn't fit. My plan had been to wallflower it up by the onion dip while Leah flirted with Kevin, who hadn't arrived yet. "Camden," Leah whined. She adjusted her bikini and heaved a sigh. "My yellow swimsuit's in the dresser. Go put that on." I knew the yellow suit. 1 piece, old and ugly. Leah wore it for swim meets last year. "I'm fine," I said. "Please?" she whispered, smiling nervously as Brooke and Grace walked over. "I'm the only one in a suit. Super please." Leah made puppy eyes at me that were impossible to resist. So I nodded, and she hugged me, and I trudged into the house. The sliding glass door closed on Leah's laughter as the basketball guys threatened to throw each other into the pool. When I finally found the yellow swimsuit, stuffed in the back of Leah's bedroom dresser, it was uglier than I remembered. It was even worse on, making me look like a weird fried egg, my thighs the color of the white. I spent a few minutes telling myself how nervous Leah was, waiting for her crush to show up, standing around practically naked by herself. It wouldn't hurt me to look a little ugly for one stupid party. Then I told myself Leah would totally owe me. On my way out, I stepped on a bag from Girl from Ipanema swimwear shop. When it crinkled under my foot, I could tell there was something in there. Slowly, I pulled it out. It was a bikini, in a bunch of different shades of green. Leah must have bought 2 and decided last minute on the red. That was so completely like